What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going over the Season 4 Battle Pass for Black Ops 7 and Warzone. So let's go ahead and dive in. So the first thing, if you get the Battle Pass, you get the Rook Operator, a loading screen, and a weapon charm, and a blueprint for the VST. And you get 10% Battle Pass XP boost. Very cool. Alright, we're not going over Black Cell, we're just going over the regular Battle Pass. So that's what we're gonna do. So starting off with page 1, we got 100 COD points. We got a geared up emote. And then we got 1 hour weapon double XP token. And then we got a meal ticket plus a restore token for endgame. Very cool. And then we get a blueprint for the M15 Mod 0 payoff. Moving on, on page 2, we get Mean Mug Operator skin for Grim. We get 1 hour double XP token. And then we get a head trauma sniper rifle blueprint for the Hawker HX. And then a large decal flex. And then out of hand finishing move. And then for page 3, we are getting a marksman rifle, which it's a new marksman rifle. It's called the KRS 762. And then we get a katana blueprint. And then we also get a weapon sticker. And then 100 COD points. And 1 hour weapon double XP token. Moving on to page 4. We get a shotgun Akita blueprint. Golden rule, very nice. And then we get a weapon charm mouthful. And then we get a operator skin for Kagan. And then we get another XP token, 1 hour. And we also get Gobblegums Who's Keeping Score. And then large decal smart move. And then safe keeping emblem. So that's what you get in page 4. Page 5, we get Snakebite. And this is an operator skin for Volkner. Very cool. And then Reticle. And then Willy Sort. Stern Wolf 45 blueprint. And then 45-minute double XP token. And then COD points 100. And then sitting on stacks calling card. And then moving on to page 6, another free weapon is the CBRS-3. It's a submachine gun. And we get a classic emblem. And then another 45-minute double XP token plus grand entrance blueprint for the Voyak XT3. And then we get a 1 hour double XP token plus a spray Who Gave That Baby a Spear. And then moving on to page 7, we have an operator skin for Tico Soundwave. It looks very cool. And then a calling card, Let's Tangle. And then we get COD points, 100 COD points, and then 0 Vector. Submachine gun blueprint for the RAV-46. And then an attachment, the LTI brake. So nothing new. Hopefully it's good on your weapons. And then a reticle orbit. Moving on to page 8. We get a sniper rifle blueprint for the Strider 300 collision poles. It looks very cool. I like the purple and black. And then weapon charm, compelling cube, and then we get a large decal, and then we get a null spice assault rifle X9 Maverick blueprint, and then we get a flare up spray, and then we get a 30-minute double XP token plus a emblem of carbon wrap. This one looks pretty cool. And then moving on to page 9, we get 200 COD points. And then we get going loud emote. And we get red tangle marksman rifle for the swordfish A1, red and black, very clean looking. And then an emblem rose rage, very cool. And then we get a operator skin for Wee Lin, kickback. And then another XP token, 30 minutes. And then calling card checkmate, looks pretty cool. And moving on to page 10, we get Rage Shredder, light machine gun, Sokol 545. This one looks pretty cool. Has a whole bunch of targets on it. And then a spray needs practice. And then we get another one, a finishing move, flipping out, very cool. And then an operator skin for Mason, a rap sheet, very cool. He has 6 guns on his chest. And then XP token, 30 minutes. And then no snitch pistol, 1911, looks pretty cool. And then a killer perks. This one looks cool. It's a large decal. All right, moving on, we get an operator skin for Nikolai Racket. And then a weapon sticker, Lordly. And then 100 COD points. And then a dripping gold loading screen. This looks cool. And moving on to sniper rifle for the VS Recon. It's a deadly dance blueprint. And then we get another XP token plus a calling card shimmering herd. And then next we have on page 12, we get a marksman rifle blueprint for the KRS 762, the new marksman rifle, Dead Thorum. And then we get a reticle mazed. And then we get a equipment skin for the Hunter bot, Maze Sentinel. And then we get for zombies, Gobblegums, Hidden Power ×2. And then a blueprint launcher for the Arc M1. And then we get a calling card, No Way Out. This gives me vibes of Squid Game. Next we have another XP token, 45 minutes. And then we get a submachine gun carbon 57. Blueprint looks pretty cool. Maze theme in this page on page 12. And then another emblem called King of the Cube. Alright, moving on, we have an operator skin for Razor. And this looks like a Rambo looking skin. A futuristic Rambo looking skin. So and then we get a melee blueprint for the ballistic knife. And then we get another XP token, 30 minutes. And then we get COD points, 100 COD points. And then a weapon charm, round and round. And then we get a special Surin legendary blueprint, Orbit Decayed. This one looks, I don't like the weapon, but the blueprint looks alright. And then we get an Emo Agile Aggro. Pretty cool. And then we get a weapon sticker, Riding Oblivion. Very cool. And then moving on to page 14. we have the assault rifle DS-20 Mirage, a cash prize, and the inspect is pretty insane. Let's see if we can go ahead and inspect this. See if we can get this inspect. There we go. Ooh, pretty insane. I like it. All right, here we go. That looks pretty nice. Pretty cool. It's like a game show, of course. So pretty cool. All right, moving on. We're still on page 14. So moving on, we get an emblem coin toss. And then calling card, tantrum, tactical. So very cool. Like the calling card, dude. And then we get a blueprint for the light machine gun for the XM3025 showcase. It's pretty cool. No inspect animation. Okay. And then an XP token, 30 minutes. And then finishing move, a log off. Very cool looking. And then we get a blueprint for the shotgun SG12. This is all right. Raceway Renegade. Very cool. And then we get a large decal board leader. And then we get another blueprint for the submachine gun CBRS-3. It is ultra and it is reactive. As you can see, it switches colors. So, and then we get a blueprint for the Combat Axe, Axe to grind, and then a spray your grave, and then 100 COD points, and man cave loading screen, looks pretty cool, and then a 1 hour double XP token, and then we get an operator skin for Vermac Sentry, and then weapon sticker Sharp Tooth, and then a weapon charm Polymer Patrol. Very cool. And moving on to the final completion page for 100. If you complete all 15 pages, you do get the 100 operator skin of Rook Devastator, and then you get a legendary blueprint assault rifle that for the MK35 ISR, which looks pretty cool. And then an emblem for season 4, and then some gobblegums, Perkaholic, and then COD points 200, and then a calling card Revenge. So that is it for the Battle Pass, everyone. Now let's see if we can go in store to see if there is anything new. We got a new bundle that is out. It's called Tracer Pack Ratchet Recon. These are the inspects. Looks pretty. Oops. Looks pretty alright. Here's a blueprint submachine gun for the new weapon. And then here's an operator skin for Atwood. And then here is another blueprint for the Maddox RFB. And then we get a finishing move. And then we get an emote, try again. Nice. And then we get a weapon charm, power punch. And then we get an emblem, see ya losers. And then we get a large decal boosted. And then a double weapon XP token. So that's what you get in the new bundle. That is it. And we also, and ending off with the video, you do have an exclusive zombies event called Nuked. So we're going to check out these rewards. And these are all the rewards that you get in zombies by completing certain challenges. So these are very nice rewards. Very cool. I would say this weapon blueprint chronology is a cool animated universal camo for your weapons. Very cool. So if you like zombies, you can grind this out. I mean, complete 25 special rounds, reach round 20 without using a perk machine, and then kill 10 zombies without reloading 15 times, and then rapidly kill 5 rad hounds 20 times, and then successfully complete 25 TED tests on nuke survival. And then we get another camo, which is not animated sadly, is kill 5,000 zombies using the wall bioweapons on nuke survival. So those are all your rewards. Very cool. So, and you got 7 days, so you got 7 days to do it, but you got time. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.